Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat and welcome again for another session here in RHTV in cooperation with the Colayco Foundation, another episode of Seminar School Plus. Today's topic is very interesting with the improving investment climate here in our country, and every foreigner, Filipino would want to save and invest is now looking at our country, the Philippines, in a different light. Lahat are very excited na maglagak o magpalago dito sa Pilipinas. But equated or equal to that is parami na rin ng parami ang mga manloloko or mga kumpanya, mga tao na taking advantage of this improving investment climate. That's why our topic for today is all about investment scams. Investment scams, para ma-discuss natin thoroughly, we will try to cover the following. First, some investment basics. Second, what are investment scams? Pangatlo, we will also discuss how do investment scams work or how do they get into you. Pangapat, the types of investment scams prevalent in our country. Yung madalas nating nakikita at madalas na nahaharap natin. At panghuli, how to address or how to avoid these investment scams. So stay tuned, get your notebook and pencil or ball pen because this is the topic that kailangan matutunan natin lahat para tayo mag-take advantage dito sa improving investment climate. Now, sa dami ng mga nakikita natin in the form of advertisements or brochures or even people coming to you directly, marami kayong mga naririnig na mga highfalutin or very interesting and enticing terms, words, or phrases. Nandyan yung mga double your money. Nandyan yung sasabihin na absolutely no risk or kailangan mag-invest ka na ngayon. All these enticing statements, if sometimes it sound to be too good to be true, probably it's not true. The old investment cliche or warning kapag tayo nagpapalago or nag-i-invest ng pera. Okay? So to get into the basics of investing first, para malaman nyo kung ito bang inaalok sa inyo pasok doon sa fundamentals of investments, we have to cover the basics of investments. First, investing. Investing, as we defined in the Colayco Foundation, is a commitment to use money to expect only to make more money based on a long-term goal. So the term or our definition is very specific. It's a commitment, meaning it's not one time. Second, you're only expecting, probably hoping and praying that you make more money. Very little guaranteed investments out there. If there is such, probably ang pinaka-safe na lang is government securities. All the rest, they cannot offer that kind of guarantee that you will not expect, hope, or pray to make more money. Investing is also based on a long-term goal. Now, what are the basic rules of investing? First, avoid the losers, the investment scams, and stay with the winners, the time-tested investment vehicles that we are familiar with, or if not, pwede nating aralin dahil ito ay yung mga lehitimo at ito yung mga nasa under ng iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan. Third, be patient. Invest long-term. Kaya madalas nabibiktima ang Pilipino or an individual of these investment scams, swindlers, mga manloloko, because nakakalimutan yung pinaka-importanting rule na be patient. And you got to work with time. Last but not the least, yung lagi na natin pinapaalala dito sa Seminar School Plus when we talk about investments, remember the initials P, T, T. Whenever you are to bring out your money, you have to be sure about your purpose, target, and timeline. What do we mean? For example, one of the most common purposes or investment goals is to get your own retirement fund. Retirement fund because we will not work for all our lives. There will come a time, sana at our choosing, that we will stop actively working and stop earning active income. So we have to build a retirement nest egg, a retirement fund. For this example, our purpose for investing is building a retirement fund. Sa Colayco Foundation, with the numerous publications and other live seminars, and even through Seminar School Plus, we always tell you that you can do proper financial planning. For example, if you are needing or earning 30,000 pesos every month at today's prices and you want to retire 20 years from now, because of financial planning, because of the mathematics of investments, present value and future value concept, you would need 79,600 pesos 20 years from now, so you can buy what 30,000 is buying at today's prices. That means you need about 19.1 million pesos of retirement fund. That 19.1 million is your target amount. From now up to the time that you retire, you should save and invest, and your target amount is 19.1 million pesos. If you have 19.1 million pesos and you place this at an instrument that gives you 5% every month, your required 79,600 at the time of retirement darating sa inyo miski na hindi kayo nagtatrabaho. Your timeline is 20 years. So now, there is a clear PTT, Purpose Retirement Fund. Target, 19.1 million pesos. Timeline, in 20 years. Lahat ng investments nyo, kailangan meron kayong PTT. Now, with proper financial planning, you get to compute how much you need to save and invest at what earning rate every month, so you will get your target amount, which is 19.1 million pesos. If you can average your investments at 10% over a period of 20 years, 10% every year, so when average, it doesn't mean every year, year in, year out, but throughout the period of 20 years, your timeline, nag-average ka ng 10%, you need to save 26,300 pesos. From now to the next 240 months or 20 years, and you will get your target 19.1 million pesos. We go further down. At double the compounding rate of 20% average earning rate, you just need to save 7,700 pesos compared to 26,300. The same period of 20 years, same target of 19.1 million, because the average earning rate has increased or doubled in this case, you need to save less. Now, if you are about 35 years old or 40 years old, baka naman you're not starting from ground zero, because this assumption is you're just like our live audience here, Fiona, she's starting her career, wala pa siguro siyang napupundar, kaya starting from ground zero. But if you're 35, 40, or 45, and you want to retire at age 60 or 65, probably meron ka nang napundar. Meron kayong certain assets that you have accumulated already. If these assets can turn into earning assets, also at these rates, if you have a starting capital of 400,000 pesos, you need to save less. From the 26,300 at an average earning rate of 10%, originally 26,300, now down to 22,600. Yung 20% average earning rate that you needed to save 7,700 is now down to 1,500, less than 400 pesos every week. So this is part of financial planning, which is, I believe, part of our previous episodes here in Seminar School Plus. Just a backgrounder on investments. Part of the mathematics of investments. What is the present value of 19.1 million pesos? What do we mean? If you have 2.84 million pesos today and you invested it in an average 10% every year in a period of 20 years, without saving, your 2.8 million can become 19.1 million pesos. Or at 20%, your less than half a million or 498,000 pesos will be 19.1 million pesos in 20 years if you average 20% every year in a period of 240 months. So with that clear purpose, target, and timeline in your required savings every month, you can now expect that in 20 years, you can probably, most likely, get 19.1 million pesos if you have those average earning rates. This is not fixed. This is not guaranteed. So what can happen? What can happen is you may get your 19.1 million pesos not in 20 years, probably in 22, 25, or 15 or 18 years. Because hindi nga guaranteed. This can go lower or higher. Or you may not get 19.1 million pesos in 20 years. Probably you can get only 15 million or 22 million. So at least compared to having nothing, you have something because you have saved and invested. So with this, you are now guarded and guided. Greed often will be scuttled or nahihinto kapag you have something like a financial plan guiding you. Now, what are the keys in investing? There are three important things to look at when you are investing. First and foremost is the yield or the return. What is our reminder with regards to yield or return? Because dito, nasisilaw at tuloy nabibiktima ng mga investment scams. Your first benchmark is to beat the inflation rate, yung pagtaas ng mga presyo ng mga pangunahing bilihin. Today, you can average inflation at about 4 to 5%. Actual inflation rate the past 3 to 5 years was less than 4%. So if you want to be conservative, at benchmark of inflation at 5% is very safe over a period of 10 to 20 years. Next, define your investment rate target. Just like in my previous example, if you are conservative, 10%. If moderate, you can take some risk, 15%. If you're the aggressive type, 20%. So you have to define your own investment target rate. Next aspect or next key is risk and safety. Okay? What do we mean? First, a reminder. All your returns will come from risk. Lahat ng inyong kikitain o paglago ng inyong pera manggagaling sa peligro na kaya nyong tanggapin or kunin. So, wag ho kayong ma-attract or matakot kapag sinabing walang risk dito, akala nyo okay yung investment. Or kapag sinabing high risk dito, matatakot na kayo at hindi na kayo maglalagak or mag-i-invest. It is from risk that all your income, return, yield will come from. So an investor manages, mitigates risks, not return. Okay? Ang kailangan inaalam ng investor, the risks involved in that investment. Next is safety. What is our strong reminder about safety? Investigate before investing. Later, I will expand on that. What are the basic questions to ask if you want to investigate before you actually invest? Last but not the least, and equally important actually, is the concept of liquidity. What does liquidity mean? How easy or how fast you can turn into cash your investment. For your different purposes of your investment endeavor, merong iba't ibang klaseng liquidity. If you are, meron kayong pinapaaral, your magulang kayo at meron kayong pinapaaral at kailangan nyo yung matrikula next, a couple of months from now, June 2013, and today is March, kailangan nyo ng highly liquid investment, meaning yung madali nyo maging cash. Kapag pang-retirement naman, in the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, hindi nyo kailangan masyado ng liquidity. What is the most liquid investment vehicle or at least placement? It's the savings account, lalo na kung may ATM card. Why? Very liquid. At any time, 24 hours, basta tumatakbo ang isang ATM machine at may pera kayo doon, syempre, doon sa bank account nyo, pwede nyo i-withdraw yung pera. Gawing cash kung ano man yung pinaglagyan ninyo. Kung nag-invest kayo sa real estate, na medyo maliit ang liquidity factor. It would take about 3 to 6 months on normal, regular business of selling property. It will take about 3 to 6 months. So, highly illiquid kapag real estate. It doesn't mean pangit na investment yung real estate or okay ang savings account dahil mataas ang liquidity factor. The liquidity factor will depend on your purpose. Now, what are the types of investments? And this is my favorite topic when we talk about investments, because we try to simplify kung ano yung mga pwedeng i-alok sa inyo na investments. In any offering, investment offering, you can simplify yung inaalok sa inyo in the the only two transactions in growing one's money. That is, it's either you buy something or you lend someone. What are the differences? First, on a lend type of investment. An investor getting to a lend type of investment, his or her goal is to get regular income. The benefit is often called interest. The nature of the investment is it is fixed, it is guaranteed, and oftentimes insured. The process is the investor lends his or her money and should be able to collect. Since mababa ang risks sa lend type of investments, fixed na, guaranteed pa, and you can even insure it or assure your investments, you can expect only 1% to 8%. This is being true to the first investment rule. The higher the return, the higher the risk. You lower the risk, you expect only lower return. But there is still a risk. The borrower may default. O kung sino man yung pinautang nyo, o the company o individual that you lend money to, maaaring mag-default, maaaring mag-delay ng bayad, maaaring humingi ng moratorium, maaaring makiusap. So the risk still is present. How about a buy type of investment? Sa buy type of investment, the goal of the investor is capital growth. That's why the benefit is not called an interest. It's called gain. Both gain and interest can be measured by percentage. The nature of a buy type of investment, it is not fixed, it cannot be guaranteed, and not insured. So, very high risk. That's why you can expect higher return of 10% to 20%. What is the process? You buy something, hopefully at a lower price, compared to the time that you will sell it at a higher price. The difference is called gain or capital gain. High risk because it's not fixed, it's not guaranteed, and it's not insured. At the time that you will sell what you bought, maaaring mas mababa compared do sa panahon na binili nyo, then you would have lost money. In a buy type of investments, you make or lose money when you sell what you bought. In a lend type of investment, you make money by regular income, the payment of the debt that was extended by you to a company or to an individual. The risk involved, a lend type of investment, the borrower may not pay or may default or may delay. The risk in a buy type of investment, the price of the item that you bought may be lower compared to the price that you originally bought it for. Now, what are the types of investments under a lend type of investment and a buy type of investment? Lend type of investments, yan yung very familiar tayo. Bank products, savings deposit, or time deposit. You can lend money to the government. That's under government securities. Or you can lend money to the big corporations, private entities, the big boys here in our economy. They borrow money. You can lend your investable funds to them. Or anyone that offers a maturity value over a maturity period. Yung merong pangako, yung alam nyo na kung magkano makukuha nyo, you actually went into a lend type of investments. Mga pre-need companies, pension fund, educational fund, and the like, you actually lend your money to these institutions. Buy type of investments, yung very popular ngayon, stock market. You buy ownership or part ownerships of companies listed in the stock exchange. Mutual funds, the favorite investment vehicle being espoused by the Colayco Foundation. It's pooling of resources, and you hire a fund manager or a trust manager who eat, sleep, drink capital markets and is in charge of making that pooled funds grow. Foreign currency, if you buy and sell foreign currency, dollars or other foreign currency that you hope to sell it at the time that it is at a higher exchange rate, getting into business is also a buy type of investment. Real estate, or when you go land banking, you are actually getting into a buy type of investments. So what can you expect? What returns can you expect under a lend or a buy type of investments? Savings deposits or lend type of investments, ang pinaka-popular are savings and time deposits. If you notice, they are less than 3% these days. March 2013. Less than 3%. Fixed, guaranteed, insured by PDIC. Government securities, almost zero risk, and this is the only instrument, government securities, that can offer the highest safety level or lowest risk level. 6 to 7%. 6% kung 5 years, 7% kung 10 years. And the unfortunate use, or depende kung paano nyo iti-take, pababa ang mga interest rates sa mga lend type of investments. Corporate paper or companies that borrow money, they can only pay or give investors or their lenders 7 to 9%. Yung mga pension, trust funds, educational funds, pre-need companies, insurance, they're just averaging 5 to 7%. Again, lend type of investments, fixed, guaranteed, can be insured, are just hovering 1 to 8% returns every year, not every month. Buy type of investments, ayan, kaya darling of the investment community ang bansang Pilipinas. Our stock market is averaging 39% the past 3 years. 39% every year the past 3 years. Mutual funds averaging 50% a year the past 3 years. And these are phenomenally high compared to other economies of other countries or investment markets in other countries. Our stock market, 39% a year. Mutual funds, 50% a year. For foreign currency trading, it's not so good news. Why? The peso is appreciating, US dollar is declining. That's why if you are investing or trading in dollars, you might have been losing money, 12% the past 3 years, on an average of 4% loss every year. When you get into business or do land banking, the modest target is 10 to 20% a year, not every month, a year. So, these are the lend and buy type of investments. Kahit anuman ang i-alok sa inyo, may lumapit sa inyo, kaibigan, kamag-anak, kaopisina, or even a stranger, or an email sent to you, at sinasabing, we will grow your money, invest and trust your money with us. Ang tatanong nyo lang sa sarili nyo, the thought process that you will do is, ask the question, am I lending my money? So, the return should be fixed, guaranteed, insured, and I can only expect 1 to 8%. Or am I buying something wherein I will make or lose money when I sell what I bought? And when I get into a buy type of investment, now it is not fixed, it's not guaranteed, it cannot be insured. High risk, and the expected returns are just about 10 to 20% a year. So, kung tatanungin nyo, saan ba ako papasok? Anong klaseng investment? Lend type ba or buy type of investments? These are, nakita nyo maaari kung kayo sumusunod sa Seminar School Plus na discuss natin. Pero gusto ko lang bigyan diin na ang pinaka-important na benchmark is your investment horizon. If your investment purpose at ang timeline nyo is 3 years pataas, get into a buy type of investment. If ang pera nyo o yung in-invest nyo, gagamitin nyo within 1 or 2 years, get into a lend type of investments. Other factors come into play like age. If you are 50 years old and above, most, but not all, of your investments should be in a lend type of investments. The country's economic condition, if you're investing in the Philippines and the economic condition of the country is very good, very positive, you should get into buy type of investments. and your experience in investing. If you're a newbie, start with lend type of investments and graduate right away to buy type of investments, lalo na if you are 30 years old and below. Okay? Now, let's get into the topic of investment scams. Now, with the improving investment climate at yung iba't ibang investment vehicles, types of investments na accessible din naman sa atin, kailangan lang marunong kayong hanapin sila, suriin sila. Let's discuss the investment scams. Investment scams, how do they reach you? Paano ba nakakarating ba? Bakit ba dumating sa akin ito? Pag minsan yun ang mga tinatanong ng mga nabiktima na. Nakalimutan nila na meron silang natanggap na tawag. Merong magaling na, siguro taga call center, may tumawag, nabola sila over the phone, or meron silang natanggap na email, madalas pag minsan sa text, those are the avenues or vehicles being used by this mga manloloko or scammers, or you see in advertisements in quad media. What do we mean by quad media? Pag minsan sa TV, pag minsan sa print, pag minsan sa radyo, at lalong-lalo na through the internet. They also invite you personally. Katulad ng nasabi natin earlier, it may be your coworker, your friend, your family, your neighbor. Pag minsan kasi yan ang nagagamit, yung network na yan ang ginagamit para magkaroon ng kumpiyansa or sense of comfort yung mabibiktima or bibiktimahin, sinasadya man or hindi. Bakit? Kasi kung si auntie, kung yung pinsan ko o kung yung best friend ko ay nandito na, siguro naman hindi nila ako lolokohin, pero baka hindi naiisip, baka sila rin ay naloloko at sama-sama na kayong naloloko ng isang scammer or swindler. Simple lang ang purpose ng mga nangloloko sa investment. They want you to part with your money. Meaning, humiwala yung pera sa inyo sa mabilis na pamamaraan o mabilis na panahon. So, hindi kayo biktima ng investment scam kapag hindi nyo pa nalalabas ang pera nyo. Nakakalungkot kasi, magre-reklamo, magsusuri, mag-i-investigate before investing dapat ang gawin, mag-i-investigate kapag naibigay na yung pera. Hindi pa kayo naluloko kapag hindi nyo pa nabigay ang inyong pera. So be very careful kung pwede nyong hawakan ng mahigpit yung pera nyo kapag kayo ay inaalok hanggang hindi nyo thoroughly na-investigate and being thoroughly convinced, do not part with your money. Okay? Who do they target? Siguro, isipin nyo, I'm a white-collar type of an individual, executive ako, malamang hindi ako malapitan ng mga yan. Kadalasan, the usual suspects are yung mga gustong-gusto magpalago ng pera. Why? Because maring they're a widower, maring retiree, lalo na ang mga retiree. Or yung mga maliliit ang kinikita. Yung mga ang alam lang ay savings account at nangliliit doon sa kinikita ng kanilang iniipon. Yan yung mga usual victims dahil ang unang hinaharap are the high earning rates o yung malaking pagkakataon o pag minsan pinapangako pa na malaking kita doon sa investment na gagawin nila. But magagaling ang mga manloloko. It's not limited to the low-income earners or yung mga retirees, yung mga matatanda na or yung mga naiiwan lang sa bahay. We have seen already from the news, professionals, even uniformed personnel, generals, the police, in the armed forces, professional athletes, professionals like lawyers or doctors. Pag minsan, miski na bankero o mga tao sa ekonomiya or sa investment world, nabibiktima rin ng mga investment scams na ito. Okay? So, victims may differ. Maring iba't iba ang pinanggalingan nila. Pero iisa ang dahilan kung bakit sila nabiktima. Yun ay yung kasopangan or greed. The situation na pwedeng kumita ng napakalaki compared dun sa mga una kong sinabing 1 to 8% kapag lend type of investment or 10 to 20% a year only kapag buy type of investment. Kapag nakita yung malaking promise of a return of 5% a month, 10% a month, or double your money in 6 months, nasisilaw na, greed comes into play. Whether you're a widower, retiree, low-income earner, a professional, or a military, or a police officer, nakakalimutan na yung basics of investments. So, if you think hindi mangyayari sa inyo to, think again. Dahil we are all humans. When greed comes into play, makakalimutan na lahat at baliwala na kung anong katayuan nyo sa buhay or estado nyo sa buhay. Okay? So, investigate before investing. What do we mean? Okay? Yung mga manloloko, mga magagaling na manililing lang yan. They are skilled liars. Skilled liars to the point na they will make it appear that what they are offering are legit. And they're very innovative. Gone are the days of simple investment products na scam na ngayon has made it very sophisticated and really comparable or almost mirroring the legit type of investments. So, be very careful. Be very wary. Yung kaharap nyo may be a skilled liar with innovative products but are actually an investment scam. Okay? So, what do they do or how do they do it? Paano kayo na loloko ng mga lokong tao na to? First, the scammer or yung mga manloloko or the swindler is very friendly. Very friendly. Lalo na kapag hindi nyo pa nalalabas ang pera nyo sa kanila. They will try to know you personally, know your family, know your interests, likes and dislikes. They become very friendly, even friendlier than your best friends or even more caring than your family. Then, they pressure you with high sales tactics. Anong mga ibig sabihin? Take this opportunity now. Siguro nanonood din sila ng Seminar School Plus at sasabing, improving investment climate. You get into investments now. And then, they also demand that you take immediate action. It is as if mawawala na yung opportunity. Kailangan pumasok ka na ngayon, agad-agad. Next, lalo na yung mga scams over the internet, they require or they get credit card information or personal information. Makikita niyo yan madalas sa mga web-based or internet-based investment scams. Last, they offer na padaliin sa inyo yung paglabas ng pera. You did not deposit, may pupunta pa doon sa lugar nyo para makuha at mahiwalay na yung pera sa inyo. Okay? Other ways of this scammers, paano sila gumagawa ng investment scam? They promise that something is free or with some promos. I remember one investment scam before, sabihin ko na legacy, pag nag-open ka ng deposit sa kanila, nung kanilang double your money, bibigyan ka kagad ng a free cellphone, a free motorcycle, pag minsan a free car, depende sa laki ng perang ilalagay ninyo. They entice you by saying it's without risk. Again, a reminder, all your investments, all the returns will come from risk. Kaya kung walang risk, walang return. So wag kayong masisilaw. Kapag sinabihan na kagad kayong without risk, alam nyo na, niloloko kayo. Alam nyo na, investment scam. And then, most scammers, they refuse or provide very little information about their company, about their track record, how they grow the money. They provide little or almost no information at all. Gusto nila madalian, ibigay mo yung pera nila. Because wala naman kasi talaga silang sasabihin na information or explanation on how they will grow your money. Last but not the least, kadalasan ito ang nagiging byline nila. Pagkatiwala mo yung pera, you have to trust us. Trust is something that is earned. Trust is you, the investor, has to give. Okay? So if you don't give your trust, if you don't part your money, you don't get victimized. Okay? What are the types of investment scams out there na dito pag minsan naaalok sa ordinaryong Pilipino? The Ponzi and pyramiding schemes, yan yung pinaka-popular. Ano yung Ponzi scheme? Yung Ponzi tsaka pyramiding halos magkapareho. Why? Kumikita or the scam is founded on how many people can be recruited. Kung mas maraming maloloko, tuloy-tuloy yung investment scam. For example, yung Ponzi scheme. Maaaring mag-alok sa inyo ng double your money every month or every 2 months. Or even double your money in a year. That means 100% growth in 1 year. Paalala ko lang, sa mga legit investments, 1 to 8% or 10 to 20% kapag buy type of investments. Kapag lend type of investments, yung may promise, may guarantee, fixed return, 1 to 8% only. If someone comes to you at sinabing 100% growth in a year, double your money in 1 year, or even double your money in 2 years, na pinapangako, that's a lend type of investment. Most likely, Ponzi scheme. Kumukuha lang ng pera sa mas maraming tao, yung mga kukunin nilang susunod, ibabayad nila some of it doon sa mga unang nakuha nila. Kaya kapag wala na, nahinto na ang makukuhanan nila ng pera, it all crumbles down. Pyramiding naman, related to multi-level marketing or networking, they post that there is a product or service na pwedeng tangkilikin noong network of people. Pero pag minsan sa pyramiding, wala talagang valuable product or valuable service, yung produkto hindi naman talaga tatangkilikan ng napakarami, or kung may tatangkilik, kakaunti lang naman. Kumikita lamang when you recruit more people. Ponzi and pyramiding depends on kung gaano katagal, gaano karami merong nare-recruit. Habang may nare-recruit, tuloy-tuloy ang investment scam. Not because a company is continuing to exist, ay lihitimo yung investment na yon. Baka palaki ng palaki lamang yung investment scam or scheme na nangyayari. Another common investment scam are those that we oftenly receive through emails. Emails na from Nigeria, from somewhere from Africa, na namatay yung patriarch, na merong pera sila sa bangko, na kung ikaw ay tutulong, makapagpadala ng workable operational funds na maliit, 10,000 to 100,000, mawi-withdraw mga 100,000,000. Those are matagal na ho at luma na yung investment scam na yan, pero marami pa rin nabibiktima hanggang sa kasalukuyan. So, kapag kayo nakatanggap ng email from someone that you do not know, from a story that is really fantastic, why in the world will you receive that email from someone that you do not know? Because it's probably a scam. Or most likely, almost certain that it is a scam. Other ways of scamming are, kinwari nanalo kayo ng raffle. Marami ng warning dyan ng BSP, DTI, regarding kadalasan natatanggap sa text na kayo nanalo. Okay? Kayo nanalo from a certain raffle, pero kailangan you part with some money. Ito, tinatarget yung mga maliliit talaga. 10,000 to 20,000, pag minsan 50,000 dahil kapalit, nanalo kayo ng 500,000 pesos. So be very careful. Why will you win in a raffle that you originally did not join? It's a scam. Another is very common naman sa mga sophisticated ones, lalo na yung those who dabble on the internet. Pag minsan may matatanggap kayo, email again, of some top internet stock picks. Be worried, be careful. Okay? If this is really such a good tip, why would they share it? If not, it is a scam. Okay? And of course, paborito lagi nating binabanatan, multi-level networking or networking. Multi-level marketing or networking. Again, a warning, hindi porke maraming tao doon sa multi-level marketing na yon, hindi dahil ilang taon na sila, they are not scamming people. If there is no legitimate, valuable product or service equated to the money that you are parting away, that is a scam. Okay? So how do we avoid scams? Okay? How do we avoid scams? First, don't be forced to rush into a decision. Huwag yung isipin na mawawala tong opportunity na to. There is no lack of opportunities, lalo na in our country. So kung kayo iniisip nyo na dapat pumasok na kayo dito dahil baka mawala ito, marami pa hong darating. Always ask for more detailed information. As we said, investigate before investing. Know about the company. What is the company? Where is the address? What is their telephone number? Those basic ones. Pag minsan nakakalimutan na dahil nasilaw na, doon sa pwede daw kitain. Second, who are the people behind this investment offering? Are they reputable? Are they commendable in as far as their track record is concerned? Kailangan na mapakita sa inyo at masuri nyo mabuti yung track record. Kung ano yung sinasabi nila, nagagawa ba nila? Yung pinangako ba nila, natutupad nila? Those are part of the track record. And then last but not the least, which government agency guides and guards them, lalo na kayo, the investing public? Sa SEC, they came up with simple rules on how to detect or kung ano ang dapat i-check sa isang nag-aalok ng investment. First, an SEC registration is nothing because it is just a birth certificate of that company. It does not give them a right to offer investment. Therefore, aside from the SEC registration, you look for the company's secondary license. They also get that from the SEC. Hindi lang yung certificate of registration, a secondary license to offer investments, meaning the government is allowing them to solicit investment. Third guide ng SEC is the investment product itself should be registered. Registered na yung kumpanya, licensed na yung kumpanya to offer investments, tapos yung produkto nila, registered pa. Pang-apat, there is a license for those people working for the company to offer that investment. May it be an insurance, mutual fund, or shares of stock. There is a license for individuals to offer that. Kailangan yung apat na yon kompleto, hindi lang yung SEC registration. And then, very important, you should understand how your money will grow. More importantly, dapat maintindihan nyo kung paano nila palalaguin ang inyong pera. Hindi yun dahil mistiso lang sila, nakakurbata lang sila, in English lang kayo, akala nyo mapagkakatiwalaan na at magaling na sila at totoparin na nila ang pangako nilang pagpapalago ng pera. Okay? Remember the concept of underlying asset. What does underlying asset mean? Yung perang nilabas nyo sa kahit anong investment, lend or buy, merong kadikit o kalakip na underlying investment yan. For example, a savings account or a real estate, obviously, yung lupa. Kapag nag-invest kayo sa stock market, there are shares of certificate or part ownership of an existing reputable, profitable company that you are part owner of. Merong laging underlying asset. Nag-invest kayo sa mutual funds, yung perang nilabas nyo, binili ng mga shares of stock sa stock market or pinautang sa pamahalaan o sa mga pribadong kumpanya. There is an underlying asset below your investment instrument. Then, ask what are the recourse or exit scheme kung gusto mo nang lumabas. Remember the concept of liquidity. How easy or how fast you can turn into cash your investments. Lahat ng investments kailangan mailabas. Dapat maintindihan nyo, matanggap nyo kung paano yung paglabas, yung pag-exit, or yung liquidity issue ng inyong investment. Okay? Tapos yung karamihan ng mga investment scams, maraming mga nagsasalita sa harap, nagbibigay ng testimonials. Huwag ho kayong masilaw doon. Maging kilala man yung nagbibigay ng testimonial or mukhang dating gusgusin na ngayon mayaman na dahil dito sa investment na to, it has no bearing. Why? Lalo na if you cannot check the veracity or the truthfulness kung ano man yung testimony na binibigay nila. So wag ho tayong masisilaw doon. That is the common approach na ginagawa ng mga investment scammers. Okay? So in closing, we'd like to give you some information on who you're gonna call. Not the Ghostbusters, but government agencies that can help guide and protect you from investment scammers. First and foremost is the Securities and Exchange Commission. You can look up their Corporation and Finance Department or their Enforcement and Prosecution Department. Contact numbers are 584-6103, sulat yun na ho, 584-5950, or 584-7187. Securities and Exchange Commission, sila yung pinaka-ahensya ng pamahalaan na tumitingin sa mga kumpanya na nag-aalok ng investments. So kung hindi nyo nakuha yung number, 584-6103 or 584-5950 or 584-7187, tingnan nyo po sa, mag-google lang kayo, hanapin nyo yung Securities and Exchange Commission. Ang kanilang URL or website is www.sec.gov.ph. Kapag meron naman kayong reklamo sa isang produkto or serbisyo, you look up or you seek help from the Department of Trade and Industry. Their telephone number is 751-3330 or their website www.dti.gov.ph. Three other government entities that will help you: the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, lalo na the Economic and Financial Learning Center that has a number 708-7273. Basta anything related to the banking system, you check them out with Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Or Kung ito naman ay inaalok ng isang insurance-related entity or institution or insurance company, you check out the Insurance Commission, the Public Assistance Department na may number na 523-8461-270, Local 127 or Local 103. Insurance Commission is also in charge of pre-need companies. Last but not the least, a government agency that looks after cooperatives, because there are cooperatives that offer saving and investing vehicles. You check out the Cooperative Development Authority, the legal division, para may check kung may kaso ba ang isang cooperative. Telephone number is 725-8536. Okay? So these government agencies will help you. They will accommodate you, lalo na kung kayo ay mag-i-inquire bago nyo bitawan ang inyong pera sa mga nag-aalok sa inyo ng investments. Of course, ibibida ko rin the entity that I represent. You can always look up or check with the Colayco Foundation. Their landlines, our landline is 637-3741 or 637-3731 or 631-4446. We have an SMS text hotline. It's 0917-853-7333. You cannot call that number, but you can send text messages to 0917-853-7333, and we promise to reply to you within 24 hours. Colayco Foundation website is www.colaycofoundation.com. You can also send us email through info@colaycofoundation.com. So aside from the government agencies, the Colayco Foundation, the entity that I represent, is also here to continue giving you information to increase your knowledge and you become wiser investors. I'd like also to take this opportunity to promote the publications, mostly authored by Francisco Colayco. They're available in National Bookstore and other bookstores here in the country. My personal Twitter account is hashtag Armand Bengco, or you can check my Facebook, Armand Bengco, and like the page. We regularly post updates and some financial literacy materials in these avenues or web-based social network pages. Tama? Okay? So, at this point, we would like to thank you for joining another RHTV and Colayco Foundation episode of Seminar School Plus. Today's topic, hopefully you have learned something all about investment scams. This is Armand Bengco of the Colayco Foundation, hoping to see you again next time, same place, same program, Seminar School Plus, here in RHTV.